Here we are on page 13, thinking about a special group of verbs called non-action verbs. Okay, many verbs describe actions and activities. That's most of the time what you're doing when you use a verb, is describing an action or an activity. So he is leaving now, or most people don't get enough exercise. But some verbs describe states or situations. He appears to understand the problem. She is sick. I know him well, and I own this car now. Okay, and we have a group of non-action verbs with which we rarely use the progressive form. Agree, belong, consist of, know, possess, believe, concern, exist, own, prefer. So I never say I am agreeing with you or this car is belonging to me. That's incorrect. These verbs would always be used in simple present or simple past. They're almost never used in present progressive or past progressive. Okay, non-action verbs are also called stative verbs. This is another word for them. This is two terms for the same thing. And in the back of your book, you've got resources, pages R1. You can see a list of them. Something that's very tricky is that some verbs have both an action and a non-action meaning. Okay, some verbs have both an action and a non-action meaning. In your book, they use this term active and non-active, and I think this is a big mistake because later when you start learning about the passive and active voice, you'll be talking about active verbs with a completely different, to mean something completely different, a completely different grammar point. So I'm going to go on talking about action and non-action meaning, where your book talks about active and non-active, which I think is very confusing. So when I say he has a new computer, that means he owns it. It's his computer. I'm having trouble with my computer means I'm experiencing some trouble. Here you really have the difference between something that is temporary. When I say I'm having trouble with my computer, it sounds like it's temporary and I expect that it's going to be fixed. Or perhaps I'm going to sell this computer or get rid of it and get a different one. Okay, but he has a new computer is stative, it's non-action, it's something that's always steady and true. She looks great, describes the way she looks. Why are you looking at me? Here, this is actually a phrasal verb, looking at someone, and it has an action meaning. And it can be used in the progressive. You see, I would not say she is looking great or he is having a new computer, but I can say I'm having trouble with my computer or why are you looking at me? See and see, these are slightly different meanings. It's not really very important or easy to explain. I see something in the distance means I'm looking in the distance and I see something. My brother is seeing a new play tomorrow means he's going to go and watch it. This has more of a meaning of watching. Maybe we'll put that in. Some verbs have both an action and a non-action meaning. And here is a list of some of them that can have different meanings depending on whether they are action verbs or non-action verbs. And later maybe we will take time to look at some examples.